The Biden administration has come out swinging with actions on everything from climate change to the economy. I sat down with a deputy White House press secretary, Ducklo, to talk Biden's ambitious stimulus plan and what you can expect to vaccine.
TJ, thanks so much for taking the time with us today. I want to talk President Biden's plan for COVID-19, economic recovery. Can we start with that $1.9 trillion American Rescue Plan? So the most, tangible part of that plan for most Americans, I think, is another round of stimulus checks. What's a realistic timeline for those checks? Can Americans really expect the full $1,400 currently proposed?
Well, I hope so. And that's why it's President Biden's legislative priority as he is coming to office, as he is taking over the government in the middle of this crisis. He is determined to do what needs to be done to get this pandemic under control, to get Americans back working again. And the American Rescue Plan is the way we're going to do that. You mentioned the stimulus checks. It is fulfilling a down payment that was made in December when they passed the first stimulus. $600 is helpful, but we need $2,000, and this bill, this plan, makes up the difference, that $1,400, so that we can get $2,000 in the pockets of Americans. But it also funds critical things like vaccine distribution, like the resources we need to reopen schools. It extends unemployment insurance, so real help to American families all across the country, all across Utah right now. So it is an urgent priority for the presidents that we get this passed.
How is the Biden administration working with the Republicans to get this done? Obviously a team sport here. Do you have a timeline, even a tentative timeline?
We hope as soon as possible. And our team is meeting with a number of lawmakers. We're meeting with governors and mayors, key business groups. The Chamber of Commerce, for example, is supportive of this plan because, look, funding schools is not a partisan issue. And getting money for vaccines so that we can get shots in the arms of Americans is not a partisan issue. Getting this pandemic under control is not a partisan issue. We think this is something that we can achieve meaningful bipartisan support on, and we are working incredibly hard to have the right conversations and to push this bill forward so that we can get help to the American people as soon as possible.
You mentioned vaccines there. Can we transition there to COVID-19 vaccines? President Biden just announced he's raising the number of doses available to each state week by week. How is he able to raise those numbers?
That's right. The president laid out his plan to get the COVID-19 crisis under control last week. It's a 200 plan, is speeding up and accelerating the vaccine process. So that means increasing the supply of vaccines, but that also means increasing the places that folks can get vaccinated, increasing the vaccinators, people who can get shots into arms. So as you mentioned yesterday, he made an important announcement. We're ordering 200 million more vaccines, and we're increasing the amount of vaccines that we can deliver to states per week, so that states are able to accelerate their timelines, get more shots in arms, and speed up the timeline for which we can get the entire country vaccinated and we can get life back to normal.
Can I ask a little deeper about that timeline? So when can kind of the average American not working in healthcare, not with any significant health risks, expect to be vaccinated?
Well, look, this is an incredibly hard process. It's never been done before. We've been clear that it's going to take many months. And we still believe it will take many months, but we are making great progress. We are, announcements like the one yesterday, the plan that the president laid out last week, that's exactly what needs to be done in order to accelerate that process. But one of the main things we can do is have Congress pass the American Rescue Plan, which provides key funding for those vaccines and key funding we need to get us from where we are now to a place where we are vaccinating every single adult American in the country.
I only have a couple more seconds with you, TJ, but I want to ask, there's been so much happening in the Biden administration on a day-to-day basis. Is there anything coming down the pipeline that you can tell me about?
Look, the president is fulfilling the promises he made on the campaign trail. He talked about restoring the soul of America. He talked about the four crises that's facing our country: the COVID-19 crisis, this economic crisis that has put a lot of American families in dire economic straits, the racial justice crisis, and the climate crisis. Today he announced a number of executive orders to take the climate crisis head on. You're going to see him continue to lead and to put forward both executive action and legislation so that we can make meaningful progress on all of those issues facing the American people.
All right, we're talking with TJ Ducklo, Deputy White House Press Secretary. Thanks so much for taking the time. I appreciate you.
Thanks so much for having me. It was fun.